I don't. It don't ask. Why you always start with such hard questions? Can't we start with something easy?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna need some help then. How are
Can we go live? Let's.
Is,
we go do this.
Yeah, no, we're
turn
live already. So
wait, hold on. What?
I just pressed the button.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
If how are we doing is
that is the hardest of all questions.
I'm gonna need some icebreakers that are easier. What color is your microphone?
It's black. See right here.
Color is your sweatshirt?
White and a little bit of burnt orange. Hey, look, I'm repping the colors.
Is that a Texas sweatshirt? Look at that.
That's the University of Texas. That's right. Huck'em horns.
Huck'em horns.
Huck'em horns. Yeah, I hear they meet down there.
Well,
let me put it back to you because this is not a hard question for you. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good.
Good. Awesome.
I got a little sciatica going on, like that nerve at the bottom of your spine.
No, you have no idea. Yes, I can't walk this week. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I threw it out sleeping Sunday night. I went to
it's not funny. That sucks. I'm sorry.
No, if you know, you know. So I literally was at Forrester B2B Summit, got down Sunday night, went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then woke up in the morning. I'm like, ah, crap. And sometimes you can just walk it off, and it's Friday and still I haven't walked it off yet.
So let's go full on. We're just going to make this the old man complaining show
because everyone loves that.
Right. This is how we draw in the Xers and millennials.
Yeah.
But like an idiot on Sunday, it's like, I haven't run for about 6 years, once or twice, but really haven't run much in the last 6 years. And I used to run literally every day. And I'm desperately trying to not gain any more weight and just get healthy again. So I, like an idiot, I put on my running shoes and go out on Sunday and run a 5K, which is kind of just a loop I do through my neighborhood, which I used to do literally every day. And that's not bragging. It's just, but because trust me, I go slow. I'm running like 40-minute miles.
Yeah.
Next, my body, like literally every muscle in my body, particularly like below this line right here, is like this, and I can't. It's like, my lower back now is completely effed. Excuse me, and I can't bend. It's like walking the dog is great. That's fun, and then she poops, and it's like I don't know how to get down to the ground to get that. Pull a poop bag out. It's like I don't know what.
Can't do it.
It's like I'm like literally on my knees.
Right.
Getting dressed is like now a 20-minute ordeal. I mean, it's getting each day is a little bit better, but I'm still sitting here in pain right now. It's crazy. Lower back, your feet and your back. Everyone's worried about your knees, right? Then you get older, you realize, no, it's your back and your feet. Those are the right. It's anyway. There you go.
And your neck.
Welcome to the old man. On your neck. I can't turn my head.
Beth makes fun of me because she says you really got to go see someone because when you turn, you can't turn like this. You got to do like a full back. Right. You do a full. Like everything, shoulders and everything has to point wherever you want to see.
I think we found our demo. Anyone under the age of 45 need not even listen to this book.
There's I've probably quoted this to you before. There's the Louis C.K. bit. Say what you want about him, but he says, when I was younger, I'd go to the doctor and I'd say like, this isn't feeling right. This isn't right. And they'd be like, oh, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to give you this. And we're going to get you right as rain. We're going to get you back up and going. And he said, once I turned 40, I'd go to the doctor and be like, oh, this is hurting. This is going on. They'd be like, yeah, that's going to happen. It's like, that's just, we're accepting it now. We're on the other side of the mountain on our way down.
I don't know. Well, anyway, it's a good question whether one should. And it's tough. But notice how Art has already discovered it as our sesquicentennial. Thank you.
That's a big word there, Art. And notice what I put in episode.
Hey, Art, did you run that through the spell checker, or did you just know how to spell sesquicentennial?
Isn't it sesquicentennial? Or am I thinking something different?
I think for us it's probably succentennial. But I'm pumped. Thank you. I'm here all week.
Hey-o. Oh man. No, it's not.
All right, so I've got a question for you. So about 6 miles this way is a little shopping center. Okay,
of course. Yeah.
In that shopping center for many years was a California Tortilla or whatever it was called. Went out of business. Place sat empty for a while. Now about 15 miles that way is my Chipotle.
Yeah.
You made me see where this is going.
We've had this conversation before. Yeah.
Have we had it? All right. So have we? So I'm so sorry. Never mind. I won't bore you.
No. It's okay. It's okay because Art hasn't heard it. Keep going.
So they're open. They're putting a Chipotle into this place that's very close to my house.
Yeah.
But the Chipotle over there is the one where it's like mi familia. It's like it's like these are my people. So
yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
I
What would you
think
do?
I think unless
AI, baby. There you go.
unless you can get Marta and team to move to this closer one.
Oh, Martha's not there anymore.
Oh, well, then screw it. Screw it.
Yeah, but the rest of the team, Lilu and
Okay.
Maria and Juan, and they're all there. But yeah,
All right. Well, I think
yeah,
you got to stay loyal to your people
I think so.
because it's not like it's an hour away, right?
No, no, no. Well, and the other thing is, there's a Starbucks between here and there. And I don't drink coffee, but my wife is German.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So every time I go to Chipotle, I stop at Starbucks. I get a venti. They literally call me venti latte guy. That's like I pull up in the drive-thru. They just come on the street. They don't say welcome Starbucks anymore. They say venti latte guy. And it's like, exactly. It's become like this norm. It's like so I've gotten to know all them too. It's like I have these weird like social relations. Like the happiest moment of my day is going to get a burrito and a coffee because the only people actually like I know and get to talk to. So there you go.
I think that's wonderful though. So first of all,
Yeah.
you're like a reverse DoorDash, right? Like you don't order it, you just go and get it. Like so there's this thing where for you young people that were the pre-DoorDash, you used to have to go get your own food. And that's what Brent's talking about here.
I still do because I'm old. I'm a boomer apparently.
Versus having someone bring it to you.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I think I actually enjoy places you go to where they get to know who you are.
It's fun being a regular, right?
You know,
like,
my dry cleaner knows who I am, even if I haven't been there in a while.
Wow.
So, hey, Mr. Heinz, and he gave me a dry cleaning bag. It's like a nylon. It's like it's hot pink, you know. But it says Mr. Heinz on it, and he spelled Heinz wrong like 4 different ways. I didn't know you could spell a short word like that 4 different ways. He did, but and so I won't correct him because if I correct him there, he's not going to know who I am in the machine because whenever I show up, he doesn't even say anything. He just like looks me up, and so I'm spelled 4 different ways, wrong ways in his computer too. So he can't say anything.
I'm sitting there trying to think of like order 4 different ways to spell Heinz other than like a T. There's got to be a T involved someplace, right? Maybe I don't know.
I've told you my bar walk up music song, right? Or my story about
probably
this?
Not. Tell me again.
Well, Art hasn't heard it, so we got
poor Art's heard everything. You say no, man, I've heard it. Please stop.
It's whatever you say. So it used to be a place called Bishop's. The building's still there, but there's nothing there anymore. It used to be like a little Irish pub, not far from the house. And I had a buddy that lived close by. Like every once in a while, we would stop there after work, have a drink. So they have a jukebox, just touch tunes, like a lot of places have. Instead of putting money in, it's all digital, right? And so you know, you go in and you swipe your credit card, but you can also get an app for your phone. And from your bar stool,
I can't remember how this ends. I remember you telling me the story, but I don't remember how it ends.
Yeah. So you have an app on your phone, and
and you can set up for the parking lot. Is
and
that
you
right?
So you can put money in your phone, and you can play it from your bar stool, which means you can play it from the parking lot.
Amazing. And
so I would play, and I would if I knew when like my favorite bartender was working, I would play from the parking lot, Space Truckin' from Deep Purple, which starts with that iconic like bum 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 bum. So it's a really clear iconic like beginning.
Yep.
And like if that started playing, they knew that like 5 seconds later, door flings open.
All 4 versions of Matt Heinz, each spelled differently. We're about to walk in the door.
All 4 in one body comes striding in. She's already pouring my beer. It's a wonderful thing.
You know, the first song that came to mind because I was like, oh, what song was it? What song is it? I couldn't remember. But I was thinking, you know, another good one would be George Thorogood's "Bad to the Bone." Da, 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 boom.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, bad.
So depending on if people say like, "What is your walk-up song?" Normally, I will say "Space Truckin'" because it's a fun song. It's a weird song. The live version is pretty short. But otherwise, like the opposite would be, I really like a little "Sexy Motherfucker" as a walk-up song.
Jeez, wow.
Right,
you're not messing around.
No, you're not, because it's about confidence as you're coming up on stage, and also it is a really long song. So once you get up on stage, you can be like, we gotta wait this out. And so it's close for like it's about a 6-minute song.
Can I just take a moment to just call you out as a marketer who's trying to be customer centric? You've made walk-on music all about you, right? It's like so it is that a supplier sense. So what you need to do, so if someone asks me, I tell them whatever you want. But one of the ones I like is Happy, Pharrell, right? Because I'm trying to actually tell the audience how I want them to feel about themselves, right? So I
think Space Truckin's a fun song. I think you could. I mean, Happy's like, you know, it's kind of, that's fine.
Yeah. Which like Beautiful Day is a good one. You too. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful day. That one works.
Yeah.
But it's just like I did it was really interesting. So the very first year we did the conference in Vegas, the sales and marketing conference, the team asked me what I wanted for walk up, and I figured we're in Vegas. This is a long time ago now. So Lady Gaga was hitting really hard time, so I said let's do Poker Face because we're in Vegas.
Sure.
And he looked at me and said, I don't think that's the music of the demo of your audience. So I think they're going to disconnect. And I said, no, but it's, I didn't insist, but I said, let's give it a shot. So people literally started complaining. They said that we want our music. So we had to
Did they really?
Yeah. So they and they told me about this, the producer guy, and I said, I'm sorry. So we went all like straight Tom Petty from there forward. You know, it's like
I was gonna say, did they make you just go all Three Dog Night or something? That was the most. So for years I worked in real estate.
You're
technology.
too young to know Three Dog Night.
No. Listen, for years I worked in residential real estate in technology, and we would. This is back when I was in my 20s, and the average realtor at the time was 55-year-old woman. Yeah. And so I'd go to the realtor conferences, and there was one in Orlando, and they like shut down Universal Studios for like the conference party. Yeah. And the band was Three Dog Night.
Wow.
And that's about as if you're targeting the mid 50s demo like 20 years ago, I think Three Dog Night. Although now I'm not that far.
I would imagine they just finished up a cruise ship tour or something.
Joining us straight from Sandals.
Oh God!
They are. Listen, they've been busy all year at the Del Webb community opening.
Little does anyone know, like the Human League is still out there touring. They're just doing it on Royal Caribbean right now.
Do you? I get really sad because we here you probably maybe there's a bunch of Indian casinos around here, right? And they're advertising all the time because they have all the money because we give them all the money, and so they all have like stages and they all have acts. And there's one called the Angel of the Winds, and it's way north of here, and it's kind of hard to get to, and it's definitely even among like our Indian casinos, it's sort of like the third tier Indian casino. And so, but they advertise on TV all the time, and so when I see a band playing an Angel of the Winds casino, I'm like, oh man, like I remember when they would play like.
Right. Headline. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And now they're doing Angel of the Winds Casino.
Yeah. That's how far we've all. It's not that we've all fallen. We've all gotten old. Yeah.
Although I will say, I mean, as much as if I was a musician and you're just an amateur musician, like, how would you like to do a gig at Angel of the Winds Casino? I'm good with that. I just think Bret Michaels deserves more than Angels of the Winds Casino. That's all I'm saying.
Does he though?
I just think Sebastian Bach needs a bigger stage than Angel of the Winds Casino.
Oh my goodness! All right, so let me ask you something.
Okay.
Or should we talk about marketing? Should we talk about marketing or sales or something?
No. Why start now?
Fair point. I mean, Michael's here; he knows what he's doing, right? Phil's chosen. He's made his. Michael, Phil, Art. You guys made your choices a long time ago. You're still here, so all right. So, I have my younger daughter is a sophomore. She's starting to think through college. Where
hold on, real quick. Look at this. Yeah. This is a good one.
Like an Ozark when they get our speed. Yes, that's exactly. And the opening act was Air Supply.
I'm all out of love.
All out of love.
I still lost without you. We both go there immediately. That was brilliant.
Oh my God, that was junior high for me. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so sophomore high school daughter thinking about colleges. Because she's sophomore in high school, she's not choosing based on expertise or area. She wants to go somewhere like that looks like Hogwarts because those are the criteria you use to pick like your future institution.
Got it.
And so Hogwarts means like sort of cool architecture, but then it's actually evolved from Hogwarts to mountains and woods. And so this is what I'm getting there right now. It can't be UW because she's been to UW and if she's actually semi-intrigued. She loves about UW most of the columns. She loves the columns thing where you go and touch the column. We
have wonderful columns. Yeah.
And she said, but I don't like the cherry trees. I said, are you kidding? That's like one of the biggest deals at UW is the cherry trees. And she, I just don't like all the tourists that come take pictures of it when you're just trying to be a student and go to school, which is totally fair. Because when we were there in the spring 2-3 years ago, it was overrun. It was crazy. But
really?
Yeah, it was just the whole courtyard where the cherry trees are was completely packed, and not a single one of them was a student.
Okay.
And then we all agree Red Squares is just a disaster. I mean, it's like some alum has to step up and just plunk down a couple $1 billion and just fix that.
And just like put down AstroTurf, or what do you want? What do you want instead?
I don't know, man. Well, grass would be nice. Just bulldoze the whole thing. Maybe another one of those old Gothic revival buildings in there, and then just put some trees and some grass in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Red Square's got to go. But no, but all right. But here's what I'm getting to a question. All right, so we go to Copilot, and we put in this criteria of like lots of trees, lots of mountains, beautiful. All this comes up with Boulder, which is kind of not. And that's on our list. That's where her sister is. Boulder, by the way, for those who've not been there, he's like, if you look to the right, if you're in Boulder, you look to your left, it's all mountains and Rockies, beautiful. You look to your right, it's a freaking grassland desert. It is, it just goes on forever. It is not pretty. But anyway, it came up with this: Western Washington.
Yeah,
that's what I was looking for. That reaction right there. So thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's a great school. It's a beautiful.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's a good school. It's kind of like minor league Washington, right? Like, so I mean, it's the state. It's sort of like it's like you go to like Berkeley is the UC school, then you got the Cal State schools.
Right.
They're all good. It's Western's on Clara's short list as well. Because she's been up there. For us here, it's like a couple hours north. Yeah. So you're going away to school. You're not coming home every day, but
fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm thinking like Western
it's
Washington.
Beautiful up there though. I mean, you've got, for anyone in the Seattle area, maybe listen to this, like Chuckanut Drive is this road that kind of follows the sound on the just it's to the west of I-5.
Yeah.
And there's some amazing hikes up and in that hill. There's great shellfish down and around there, and it's all like just south of.
Man, you guys all live in freaking paradise.
We do. We really do. It's and like this weekend I'm looking at like it's gonna be sunny. We're gonna get high 70s over the weekend. This is what we live through the big dark for, is like when it actually gets
nice. I think I told you, but like in February when I was up there, I guess when was I there? January, February. So I was that meeting when I saw you too, but the meeting I was doing was at Zillow in their headquarters, which is downtown Seattle, on like, I don't know, like the 35th floor or something like that. And you're on this floor, and first of all, the office space itself is beautiful and beautifully appointed and all that. But you stand there and you look out the windows, 360 degrees, Mount Rainier that direction, the sound and the Cascades in that direction. There's another freaking mountain range. I don't even know what the name is. And it's like, it is so breathtakingly beautiful in every direction you look. And I got up on stage, and before I could even start, I just asked the room, I don't know, a couple hundred people in the room. And I said, how many of you are actually local? And half the room raised their hand. I said, do you guys still see this? I mean, do you still like understand what's around you? And what's interesting to me, Matt, is just about every single one of them said, no, yeah, we really do. And it's like, and it's like, man, I can't even imagine what it's like to get up every day and just look around you and think, I live in freaking the most beautiful place on the planet. I mean, there's other places like that in the world, but it sure ain't Omaha where I grew up. And Northern Virginia is really pretty, but it's not that. That's just stunning. So anyway,
it's pretty special. If we like from the higher parts of our property, you can see Mount Rainier. On a day like today, it's pretty darn clear.
Yeah.
We're like we're 25 minutes outside of Seattle, but also a block enough up from Lake Washington. And you don't have to get very far away from the downtown to be like in the woods or in the mountains or on the water. I mean, it's all here.
Paradise.
And everyone says, well, it's so far away and you gotta like travel farther to get places. Like, well, so it's actually half an hour? Like, who cares? Just like still get to come up here this week. So I went down to Forrester B2B Summit, and for the first time I was able to fly out of the Everett airport, not the Seattle airport. So a few years ago, so Everett is about half hour north of Seattle. It's where Boeing makes the wide body planes, the 777, the 747 when they were making them. So all the big Boeing planes are made in Everett, and Payne Field is right next to it. And it's a more of a traditionally community airport / where they take off and test the big body airplanes. So a few years ago, Alaska opened an actual terminal there. There's 3 gates there. And I'd never flown it just because I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do that. And I just go to Seattle. So I happened to find, like, going down to Phoenix, there was a convenient down and back from Everett. And I never want to go to SeaTac Airport ever again.
There's something to be said for those smaller regional airports, like Raleigh or Milwaukee or Omaha. Yeah, they're amazing.
Across the street for half the price. You just walk in, you walk through security, and you're like, there's no Alaska Club there because the whole lobby, the whole the whole waiting room is a lounge. It's like this big bar and couches, and it's just it's pretty incredible. Flying home, instead of like flying into SeaTac and fighting the crowds and taking the little air train around and like taking the truck, taking the bus over to get your car and all that, and no, you land and you walk out and you go outside and you get in your truck and you go home. Yep. It was wonderful.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. That Omaha's like that too. Raleigh, Milwaukee. The one that's kind of like that, but is not, is Santa Barbara. Have you flown in and out of Santa Barbara ever?
I have not.
That is a tiny little airport, but it's too tiny for that city. They need a much bigger airport because
I don't think I've ever been to Santa Barbara.
It is old, cramped, and it's really funny. Like the baggage claim isn't like a revolving belt; it's literally just like this ramp. So this big sliding door slides up, and you can stand there and you can look out onto the tarmac because it's just basically his garage door that looks out into the field. And some guy pulls up in the baggage cart and just starts dumping the bags out on this metal platform, and it's exactly what happens. And someone's like, there's a person on the other side trying to unpile them as he's just piling up. There's no belt, there's no movement, there's nothing. And it's like. This is Santa Barbara. I thought y'all had people. Y'all had money here. You need to build something. Anyway,
does it ever seem weird to you that like, we have to take off our shoes and belts and jackets and get everything scanned to go into the airport and make sure we're okay? And then when it comes to baggage claim, they're just like, take whatever you want. Just take any of them. They're all available.
Well, at that point, there's hopefully no bombs in them.
At that point, they're like, just take whatever you want and get it out of here.
Yeah, we just don't. Just as long as we don't have to deal with it, we're happy.
Yeah. It's just always felt like that was ripe for problems. And
that's why I never check a bag.
I try really hard not to.
So how was Forrester conference? Did you enjoy it?
It was good. I mean, it's always useful. Shout out to Amanda and the Forrester PR team for this year. They let me do a podcast recording booth on the show floor again.
Right.
Like 15 interviews with everyone from analysts to ROI, B2B ROI award winners, some other CMOs. And so have a ton of great content that we'll start putting up in the Sales Pipeline radio feed over the next few weeks. Definitely a smaller show than it has been in the past.
Interesting.
But the feedback from vendors, which was interesting, because I'm like, there aren't as many CMOs here and it's definitely fewer people. But the vendors are like, pound for pound, this is one of the best years ever. They said like, it may be more junior people, but like big companies coming. So like, so it seems like Forrester did a pretty good job on a few different ways. This week, however, next week, Brent, is Destination Albuquerque.
Who's there?
So shout out to Chili Piper, another MarTech vendor who is doing an event called Chili Palooza.
Okay.
It's 100
kind of has to be in Albuquerque makes sense then.
Yeah, so 150 people like at a little resort north of town, and they're setting it up kind of like this sort of unconference kind of format where, and I kind of like this, or it's not just a bunch of like keynote speakers, but it's a lot of like group conversations.
Got it.
So so there's 6 topics you can choose from. You pick one in the morning, you pick one in the afternoon on Thursday. And mine is, managing Allbound in the AI era.
Allbound? I've heard Allbound. That's a new one.
And it's not inbound, it's not outbound, it's Allbound.
Now, what was the other one with partner networks? That was the partner people had a different bound. Inbound, outbound.
There's too many bound.
I've never heard Allbound. That's a new one.
Okay. Allbound. I didn't make that up. I think that was Dan McCade was the first person I heard use Allbound. So anyway, it's just an hour session. It's meant to be sort of just this moderated discussion of like, what the heck does that mean? How does AI change it? But I'm kind of looking forward
all over
to
the AI story, man. You're posting a lot on AI. You jumped on that post. I don't think it was your post, but someone posted about SaaS is dead, long live SaaS, but the whole model is completely imploding, and I think you piled onto that one, which is how
I did a little bit. Not that SaaS is dead. I don't think SaaS is dead at all.
Yeah.
But I think that the way that they go to market has to shift to
be fair, that was the argument.
I'm trying not to be like breathless about AI. I think there's, if I have to read another bro telling me what he built with vibe coding and say, write vibing in the comments and I'll send you my, DM you my, playbook. But I think it's hard. You got to address it from a go-to-market standpoint, from a corporate standpoint, from an efficiency standpoint. But I'm more interested in like practical advice. Yeah. Let's not just sort of pontificate what's possible. We're definitely at the point where like, what can I do? What should I do?
Right. Well, it's interesting. I've been thinking about this because, one of the things that we talked about, I think it was last week and the week before, is how AI can be so good for processes, right? You just offload your processes, they run in the background, calendar management, all that. And I've had sort of this really sort of weird feeling about AI, like how come I'm not as excited about it? How come I'm not getting as much value from it? I'm just not very good at this. I need to be smarter. And then I realized, you know what it is? I don't have any processes. That's my problem. The problem isn't that I don't use AI for my processes. The problem is I need some processes. So when you run on utter chaos, it's less. You find AI to be helpful in completely different ways, I guess. I don't
The
know.
way I describe that to
Yeah.
our clients is, I think the need to incorporate AI to create more efficiency for yourself is exposing the lack of work design, the lack of workflow discipline in a lot of
There you go. That's my point.
Well,
Right.
look, if you're a company of one, maybe it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
But the only reason you need to document something as a process so that if there's a second person, they'll do it the same way, right? Or like for me, like there's a bunch of things that I've done manually, and I've just sort of I've never written it down.
Right.
But if I want Claude Cowork to do it, I kind of got to write it down, right?
Yeah.
And so what I've done is I've said, like, here's my process, but here's the outcome I want. Feel free to blow up my process. Did I give you my Chicago analogy last week?
I don't remember. Remind me.
So let's say your goal, your job is to get to Chicago, right?
Okay.
Like that's what you're trying to achieve. You got Cubs game tomorrow night. You got to get to Chicago. How do I get to Chicago faster? One option, Brent, is to add a couple horses to your stagecoach. So the stagecoach gets there faster. That's an option. Dumb option if the jet engine exists.
Yeah.
So like there's a difference between like improving your current process and rethinking how you get to Chicago in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So
the first thing I thought of is if you could find a way to jump up in the air and stay there long enough and just let the world spin underneath your feet, you'd wind up in Chicago.
But you'd wind up there slower than if you used the jet engine, because you literally would just wait for the Earth to go, and it would take like just
a long time
of day, right? Like it'd take a while.
Well, and actually you'd have to change your relative speed too, because if you jump up on a spinning Earth, you're going to stay and you land in the same spot. So what you need to do is figure out some way to jump up and then slow down such that I have to think about this a little more. There's some physics involved here that I've got to work through in my head.
This is where I get in trouble, because this is where I'm like, why does it take longer to go from New York to Seattle than Seattle to New York?
That's easy. It's wind.
Is it wind, or is it the way the Earth is turning?
No, that's fair. I don't.
If the Earth's turning this way and I'm flying this way, shouldn't I go there faster?
Marginally, perhaps, but because you are, while you're going this way, actually, technically, I suppose we need a physicist now. I think what you're actually doing is you're going this. If you're flying this way, you're actually going this way, just less fast. Wow, that actually got deep. I have to think about that too.
So what if you're going the same direction?
Because you maintain, because
you have a headwind. Now you're really screwed. You might just be flying in place. Like you're literally you're flying. You're going 500 miles an hour and not moving.
But agreed. One way or another, the truth is absolutely. We all know, right? As you fly east, it's faster than flying west, right? So at least in the U.S. And that's and I've always been told that's jet stream, and I think
that's what I thought it was too. Yeah. Right. And that's probably the truth. But then I started thinking, well, wait, what about spinning Earth? Because literally, if you're doing this, like New York's closer. New York's coming to you. It's coming to you, right?
But yes, and but what's wild is I've never really thought about it, but it's like if you fly counter the direction of the Earth's rotation, you're still flying in the same direction as the Earth's rotation, just less fast.
No,
it's actually what's technically what's happening.
If the Earth's going this way, and you're flying this way, you're going like the Earth is going at a speed, and you're going at a speed with the Earth. So you got to go faster than the Earth is going to get to the next place.
Michael, I didn't see any of this in the agenda. Michael, I thought we've cleared this up. There is no agenda. This may be the single best conversation we've literally ever had. The fact that this is the 150th episode is perfect, because this is fascinating. So when you fly against the Earth's rotation, are you actually literally flying in the same direction as the Earth's rotation, just less fast? I think that has to be true.
No, because you're flying.
No, otherwise you'd be going tens of thousands of miles an hour.
This way. You're both going this way, and you just got to go faster than the Earth.
You're fasting. No, it's not that. All right, we know. I think we've just discovered what we need AI for to figure this out, because this is there you go.
The Earth is not turning under you. The atmosphere is spinning with the Earth. You'd have to go into orbit for it to spin under you. God damn it!
I know.
Now I can't. I need.
That was my point. It's like
because
that's just it. Because that's why when you jump up, you land in the same spot from where you jump from, because the Earth doesn't spin from underneath your feet. So you'd have to go high enough to. By the way, the other thing is really cool is once you get out of the Earth's gravitational pull, time travels at a different rate. That stuff's really wild.
So you know what? You know how you prove art is right? If you were to get in a helicopter and just hover, technically the Earth should be moving underneath you if it is.
But it won't. But it's not
true.
because is this the theory of relativity? I don't know, but it's because you move relative to the Earth's movement. So as long as there's no wind or other things involved, which there always will be, you'll land in the same spot as you took off.
Wouldn't that be wild if it wasn't that? Wouldn't it be wild if you
like
jump,
literally? That's right. You jump up and the Earth rotates. Right. It's like Michael Jordan would jump and he'd land in Milwaukee.
You'd never make a dunk. You think as soon as you leave the
basketball courts would
be out over there.
Basketball courts would be 400 yards long.
You got to know which is this basketball court northwest? Is it northwest or is it east west? East west? Right. Is it east west or north south?
Can you imagine the coin flip? It's like you see which end of the field do you want? It's like I want to go with the Earth's rotation.
Go.
This got really weird, but it's really funny.
No, it makes a lot more sense now. And I wish I could go erase that 5 minutes ago conversation I had with myself.
No, not at all.
Now it's on the record.
You even put a little exclamation mark after 150. Wait, do you actually manually give these things names like episode 150?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Man, you do. You really
have no idea what it is.
You are truly invested in the show, aren't you, Matt?
And you keep adding stuff like we should do a Substack, we should do YouTube. Let's do all these.
No, hold on, wait. I never said Substack. That was you. That was all you. You can't help yourself on the Substack.
I can't. I just
said let's find a place to put these recordings such that people who don't see it live, which is everybody, and wants to find it, later can find it easily. That's it. So,
I think next week we're gonna have Art on, and we're just gonna talk Earth science, because I could, and I might invite my daughter because she literally is taking AP in environmental science next week or next year or something.
Yeah.
Because I think it makes sense. And how do we not feel that? I guess we don't feel that because of gravity, because of the atmosphere. You would think you'd just constantly be leaning in the other direction, trying to stand up.
Because we're all as a unit moving together at the same speed. We are, by the way, not only are we moving at the speed with which the Earth is rotating on its axis, we are moving at the speed with which the entire solar system is moving through the universe, which is tens of thousands of miles an hour. So we are freaking booking right now. But you wouldn't know.
If someone says hey, you need to get off the couch and be more active, I am by definition.
Do you know how far I've run today? I think I'm at 5,000 miles in the last 10 minutes.
I have 400 steps and 6,500 miles. Yeah. I tell you what, we planned for a humdinger of 150 episode, and I think we have delivered.
And we did this instead. We did this instead.
Okay, wait, no, hold on. No. Okay, if you throw a baseball on a plane, it's relative to the Earth's planes of movement, not the speed outside. So the concept, the atmosphere moving. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I also would assume that in an airplane, because it's all pressurized, the pressurization sort of makes all that a moot point. Because if you were in an airplane,
there's always other factors, right? There's wind, there's just air pressure, there's inertia but anyway, no, I'm not an earth science expert, but I did say it all. That's very cute. Art, you're hilarious.
Yeah, Michael might have been at all 150. It's entirely possible.
I have just be. You have no idea, Mike. I don't know if you were there for episode 1. You certainly were there for pre-episode 1, but the amount of effort that Matt wanted to originally put into the show was significantly higher. So this has not been a show of me coming to recognize how much effort Matt has put into it. It's been a show of me trying to ratchet down the effort Matt can't help but put into it. That's really
I'm not. This is not completely.
This, by the way, is how we made it to 150, right? Because if we had
just showing up,
right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Who was I talking to about that? Someone that says they were trying to get a podcast up and going, and I said, like, listen, like, just show up. Like, the best thing to do is put it on the calendar, and it's just there, and you just show up. And sometimes they're a train wreck, like this episode. Actually, they're all train wrecks like this episode. So this is just what you get.
Like, no, which way is the train wrecking this week? Is really
so, is the train going? Trains go faster when they go against the Earth's orbit, right? Because the New York's coming to you.
I don't know what we just did for half an hour, but I really enjoyed it. So there you go.
I do think it's funny, and again, like, I'm not complaining, but I do think it's funny that, like, Michael's point about, like, Brent's realizing Matt has to do work to produce these. Like, we don't like organize them, but there's a whole tech infrastructure, and LinkedIn does not make this easy to, like, do these episodes. But
I built us a whole YouTube channel last week.
You did, and I can't even figure out how to connect that. I tried many times this week to get StreamYard to connect. I can get it to connect to my personal YouTube, but I cannot get it to connect to the Coffee with Brent and Matt channel that you created. So I'm gonna have to work.
Let's ask AI. AI will know. AI knows everything.
You can also, if you want to, there's nothing there. If you want to go to coffeewithbrentandmatt.substack.com, trying to figure out what to do there, because whenever I ask you guys to go to, like, join coffeewithbrentandmatt.com, it goes to a form that sends me a note that I have to manually put into Salesforce, that I have to manually then send y'all as a calendar invite. And that seems like
1992 called. They want their marketing strategy back.
So I think Substack could streamline a lot of that for us, just in terms of having one place where everyone's hanging out. And I liked your idea, Brent, of saying, if we had a place like that, what, could you in the middle of the week say, like, what do you want us to talk about? And it clearly does not have to be a sales and marketing topic. It could be clearly describe Earth. Can you imagine, the physics of the Earth's rotation?
Right. It's like, can we talk about whether when you jump up and down, you land in the same spot?
The problem is, though, if you give us that question in advance, Brent won't, but I might go try to find the answer. I clearly have no idea how that works.
So we could just do it live in the comments, right? Like, we've done it before.
We can do a midweek, just show up and, like, or like, hey, you can do a live.
The answer art is no. There's zero effort. There's zero effort put into the show, except for Matt. Apparently,
that's from Brent's perspective. That's true.
Welcome to working with me. By the way, everyone around me for years has thought this too, and that's why they all hate me. So it's like It's like the CEO that's like, why don't we just send an email? I'll write an email. We send an email in 5 minutes. How hard is this? Like, it's just send an email. Okay. Well, are you actually working really hard on this? I don't want you to. That's not.
No. That's why I'm saying I'm not complaining.
Okay.
So now
I feel really bad. I'm going to go to Chipotle feeling guilty. You took the time to put the exclamation mark after 150. That's like a little grace note. It's beautiful.
Because I'm like, hey, 150. That's cool, right? I just, little things like that stand out. I like it. It makes me laugh. Remember? I didn't watch the Oscars. But apparently, so Conan O'Brien was the host, and he told a couple jokes that people didn't laugh at, and he kind of up there says, well, some of these are just for me. And I thought that was really funny
and insightful. That's 90% what I say on stage. Yeah, that's 90% of what I say on stage is just to make me laugh. It's like, that's all good. We've gone way over. Are you okay to get to your CMO forum?
What day is it? Oh, it's no, I'm fine.
All right.
We're doing, our topic is today is
what's your topic?
Is you're all gonna laugh at this. It's marketing the marketing.
That's actually something that needs to be. That's like how is it? It's ironic that marketers are so bad at explaining to the rest of the world what the heck they do. At least B2B marketers. So
those the cobbler's kids, right? Yeah. I mean, literally, like one of the CMOs came up. He said, this is actually so pressing. He said, like, I grew up. My dad was a mechanic. Every car on our street ran really well, except for us.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So
well.
All right. So here life goals. So I will be doing this from north of Albuquerque next Friday.
Okay.
And we'll be happy to do it. But I'm also going to see if I can get us hooked up to the YouTube channel, because I still can't upload past episodes, but I'd really be nice to start getting sort of a set of the future episodes up there. So we'll
then just heads up, the week after I'll be in London in a meeting, so I won't be able to do it the week after. It's like the 15th, I think it is.
I think what we're going to do, I think what we should do that for that week is we'll just have like a picture of you. Like, I'll just have like I'll actually, what I'll do is I'll pull up that AI picture where we don't look like ourselves at all. And then I'll have you there, and then we'll do a call-in show. And so
you know who'd be great?
Michael, we should,
Do you know Tim O'Hai? Have I introduced you, or do you know him already?
I know. I don't think I've ever spoken with him.
Oh, I'm gonna change your life. I'm gonna introduce you to Tim. He'd be amazing on the show, and he's got a new book out, so we can do that too. Yeah,
that sounds
you would
great.
really enjoy.
What I
getting
know
to know
of
Tim
him
O'Hai.
is he's yet another white man, so a little diversity wouldn't hurt us. I know that Keenan's got a new book coming out.
He does. Wait, and he just announced yet another one. So he's got Gap Prospecting
Enablement. Yeah,
yeah. He's announced that Purple. He announced that. So yeah, I sure have
It'd be
Keenan
fun to have Keenan on.
There's become a real good friend. He's a good guy.
Last week I missed. So shout out to Lori Richardson who put together, the top 50 women in sales leadership last week. I really bummed that I didn't get to go. But I was looking at the people that were there, and I'm like, think about all that I have learned.
Yeah,
from
crazy, right?
all of them. The Jill Conrath, Trish Bertuzzi, just an incredible group of professionals. We should have them 100%. On too. Like we've had Lori a couple times.
Well, Tim O'Hai is just. I think you just hit it off. But here's how he hits the diversity point. He's Hawaiian, so that's fun.
Oh, well, that counts.
So you can talk all about Hawaii. He called me the other day just for like a wellness check. God love that man. And we sat and talked about Hawaii for like an hour. It was fascinating. It's usually
what Dave Brock does. Like usually, depending on what we talk about, one of us is going to get a text from Dave afterward, like, you sure you're okay? You good?
Wait, was that for Dave? You've been here the whole time? Wow.
Yes. What? Dave's always quietly in the background listening, or it could be Dave AI. Could be like.
Dave, and the leading here piece, I drop a pound of rocks, a pound of feathers off the top would they land in Rome. Yes, but they would land at the same time. That's the whole point of that experiment.
Yeah, don't worry about where they're landing. It's how fast.
Yeah, it's like, do they land at the same time?
Yeah.
All right. You need to actually go to real work. I need to go to Chipotle. So
all right. The faraway Chipotle though, right? Like the real Chipotle.
The new one's not open yet. So I've yet to face the actual decision moment. I'm just sort of hypothesizing the decision at this point. But,
you know the right thing to do. You know what it is.
I know the right thing to do. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
All right, kids. Thanks all for being here.
See you good, everybody. Be safe. See you next week.